Hi, it's Max from Sympli, and today I'm going to show you how to use Sympli collaboration platform for mobile developers and designers, and Sympli plugin for Sketch. After designers are done with the design, they can mark layers or layer groups. They want to be assets with exportable property, and they don't have to configure all the options, and any export option is enough. After that, they can open Sympli plugin by pressing Command Y, and they will be prompted to choose a project they want to upload the design to. In our case, it's Android project with a baseline resolution of MDPI called Sleep Tracker. They can also select multiple artboards for upload. In our case, it's just one. And Sympli plugin collects all the information about the design. That includes very detailed specifications of every single design element, and generates assets, generates color palette, and generate font list. After design is uploaded to our cloud, and designers can send sharing URL to developer so they can access the design. For developer, Sympli provides several entry points. First one is a web app, and we also have extensions for Android Studio and Xcode. Let me show you how to use our web app first. In our web app, we have projects, and projects contain multiple screens, and developers can inspect designs interactively by clicking design elements and getting detailed specifications about every single design element. All these specifications are in the platform-specific units, and they contain information about sizes, bounds, positions, font names, font sizes, text alignments, colors, fills, borders, shadows, and inner shadows. Also, developers can measure the distance between elements by holding Shift button before they click the second element. As usually screens like that are not coded as a one single monolith view, we have a tool that shifts the origin of the axis to the custom position, and developers can set it to any custom position and measure the relative distance to the beginning of the new origin. Here's the asset browser. In the asset browser, developers can visually map assets to the design elements and get the file name that represent this particular asset. And this works actually both ways, from design to asset list and vice versa. We provide developers with a font list. We try to collect all the custom fonts that are not supported by the mobile platform. So far it works with OTF and TTF files, and we are working on the converter for other formats too. Also, we generate a color palette, and we name the colors for the developers so they don't have to spend time naming multiple hex represented colors. They can download colors XML for Android projects right from the web, as well as the full archive with all the assets. And also, developers can inspect the design by browsing through original hierarchy of the layers. Yeah. Also, through our web app, design can be shared. You can switch to a different version of the screen, and developers can access activity log on this screen. Here they can switch between screens in the project, and that's pretty much it from the web app. In our Android Studio plugin, we have pretty much the same structure of the projects, which contain designs or screens. And the main difference between web and Android Studio is, first, Android Studio plugin works offline, and second is that Android Studio plugin integrates a little bit more tightly with Android project. From design inspection, perspective, everything is very similar to web. Um, the tight integration of Android Studio plugin, of Sympli Android Studio plugin with Android project is represented by visual assets merge dialog, which gives developers a sense on per asset based list on how the new assets are different from the assets they have in the project. So on the left it's the list of the assets in the project, on the right it's assets from the design, and they can choose which assets to merge into the project, or they can also tweak it on the per DPI level for each particular asset. Also, Sympli plugin for Android Studio provides a colors merging feature that will add missing colors in the colors XML to the selected colors XML file. We provide feature for merging of the fonts into the project, and if designers spend time on creating colors mapping for Android material theme in our web app, we also have a feature that generates Android material theme for the project. We're gonna make this dialog a little bit more visual for designers to make it a little bit easier for them to map the colors. Yeah, also in Android Studio plugin, developers can switch between versions, and they also can compare the versions of the designs. We're gonna change the scale of this picture later, but now like our difference dialog is basically fading between two versions of the design, so developers can have a clue what has changed in the latest version. Also, Sympli Android Studio plugin integrates with the auto-completion feature. So when developers edit layout file and they have design element selected, if they prompt auto-completion dialog on fields like height, width, margins, top left, bottom right, they will be prompted with the value of the selected element, which is very handy. And also we have one quick note. It's hard to tell, but this panel is actually scrollable, so we have all the information about the design in this panel. We're gonna rework this UX very soon. Also, we have experimental feature on generating the styling code for the text labels. Basically, here we generate a big code snippet, which is a custom text view that supports multiple shadows, borders, inner shadows, and gradient fills. We do not force developers to use any kind of framework or even this code generated by Sympli plugin, but this can be considered as just as a reference implementation where some code snippets can be copied from. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much. And if you have any questions regarding Sympli, please shoot me an email at max@sympli.io. Thank you. Bye.